Boop. Up. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Revenge of the Crit. It's nice to have another episode within the week period. It feels like forever since that's happened. But holy shit.
Hello.
Yeah, so the party broke Mandalore, so that's fun.
That wasn't our fault.
It really wasn't. It was Vizsla who did that shit. He would have done it either way, dude. It's not our fault.
It was a series of unfortunate events, so unfortunate it might as well be penned by Lemony Snicket.
How is it our fault? I ask genuinely.
Yeah, it's not that it's your fault. You just could have maybe done a little bit more to like save the collateral. I don't know. just a
don't even know what we could have done.
I mean, I'm the DM. I know all the back options. I'm just not supposed to tell you.
Listen, some deals you're gonna have to cut short, and I think this was just a deal that was cut short. We count our losses.
Rattle 'em, boys!
Rattle 'em, boys!
Yeah, just one mo. But yeah, we are. We're back at it again, and we're just following up with the immediate tense drama at the end of the last one. Like, apparently
Look,
Viper's not Mandalorian anymore. He's no longer VOD.
Oh no!
He lost his VOD membership card.
Sorry, dude, you failed the vibe check.
You failed the VOD check.
It's fine. Din Djarin was proclaimed Mandalorian, and look where he is now. He got an appearance in one spinoff. He's got a season 3 going on to this kid. There's an upside.
Yeah, it takes
Viper
time.
can be the new Din Djarin.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I see this as an absolute win.
I'm looking at my positive options. Listen, for every no Mandalorian, there's a Moulin Rouge. I'm counting my options.
Every no Mandalorian, there's a Moulin Rouge. That's so beautiful. But anyway, just getting through the introductions really quickly. I am Kevin, your DM for the past, present, and future sessions. I have no idea what the fuck is going to happen tonight. I fear for a certain NPC's life and other NPC's potential dumb decisions, but we will cross those bridges when we get there. Speaking of dumb decisions, Tati, you're first.
Of course. You know what?
I'm
not even gonna refute that. That's like very valid, but also no regrets.
No regrets.
Tati here. I play Raziel, your friendly neighborhood Zabrak, trying to keep the peace, keep folks alive, and keep making those selfless, heroic, also reckless actions that I'm sure some people are gonna have words with, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, like I'm sure Satine's gonna be calm, rational, not at all gonna get violent, not at all going to
Dumbledore
lose
comes
her
in, Goblet of Fire. Did you put your name on the Goblet of Fire? Yes, calmly.
Yes. And speaking of calm and motherly, we have Jinkles.
Let's go already!
Hello.
Yes!
My name is Jinkles. You can find me at lovejinkles on twitter.com. I played the lovely Shir'iven, who's just about fucking had it up to this point.
Yeah. She's had a rough go of it.
I've had enough!
And
Give this mom her wine.
yeah, yes.
She needs it.
All right. And speaking of rough times, Chase.
Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of
Piece
garbage.
Yes!
Oh
Hi,
my God, that's great.
Hi, everybody. Chase Beck here. I play RC0937, or Viper if you're nasty, or as of recently, Darmanda if you're really nasty.
Darmanda if you're... Oh, that's gotta hurt.
If the
you're
boot
really-
fits.
Say that again.
Fits.
Okay, cowboy.
Cowboy.
You've used your last haw.
I have.
Oh my God.
Anyway, hi everyone. Viper's going through it. That's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah, poor boy.
He's definitely one rancher short of a jolly. That's for certain.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
One rapper short of a Laffy Taffy.
Yeah,
But we're going through it. Will
Yeah.
I survive? Well, I fought Ventress and survived, and I fought Grievous and nearly died. So, what's a bit of emotional damage to do
Yeah.
that? Pain builds character.
Yes, watch your water, lads. Remember to
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Watch your water has been redeemed, so remember to stay hydrated. But in speaking,
Stay hydrated, especially for Novelis.
in speaking for survivors, Beren, aka Mustang.
Hey, I'm Mustang or Sara, whichever. I play Beren, the Tugroot Mandalorian who was supposed to be here for a guest episode but kind of just joined.
Sure, that's a good point.
Listen, you got a
And,
clone boyfriend now. You're like
Yeah.
you're semi.
I'm obligated.
Attached.
Yeah,
I'm
you're-
obligated to stay.
Yeah, you've
Yeah,
like
you're kind of been roped into the group now.
you are along for this chaotic
Which,
ride.
I mean, isn't that every side character in Star Wars just gets roped into the chaos and they're just
I mean,
kind of
that's-
there now for
that's-
the rest of the
that's-
show?
That's very true. That's very accurate.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I play Beren, the Togrutan Mandalorian, who has just seen the entirety of Mandalore go to shit, and has now lost his home twice. Had a freak out at Viper. And yeah.
A well-respected freak out.
A well-respected, a respectable.
Oh, well.
A
well-rounded
justified freak out.
A justified freak out.
Just entirely justified. Yeah.
Your
Yeah,
Honor.
so he's dealing, and by dealing I mean compartmentalizing, shoving it to the back of his mind until it comes out in an angry outburst, because that's what he's like.
Yeah.
Let's hope Patch can get through to him, huh?
Yeah, we will see about
Yeah.
that. We will get to
I
Patch.
sure hope it does.
We will get to Patch in but a moment. But yes, without further ado, now we will get into the recap, which, like a moron, I forgot to assign to someone, so I'll be doing it myself, which is always fun. What is where? Yeah. Music droid commands. So I will do this. Play. Ba. Trench's log. I'm sorry to report, Maul, that your apprentice still escaped the fiery ashes of Mandalore. And while Vizsla is unaccounted for and the Duchess escaped, the planet will be within our grasp in 24 hours. The Republic will not dare reclaim this sector. I hope that you will find your Jedi compatriot soon enough and have her dealt with. From what I've heard of Grievous and his forces on Jabim, that planet will be within our reach soon enough. I look forward to seeing this war end and a possible promotion in my future. So, friends, foes, and undecided. We continue right from where we left off, as you guys are fleeing the atmosphere of Mandalore, punching into hyperspace, just having this heated argument between each other. And, I don't know if the music is too loud. Just let me know. But, yeah.
No, we can adjust it.
Cool.
I think.
Yeah. Just chat. Let me know if it is too loud. I know a friend of mine, Asmus, is watching. Hi, Asmus. He's first time visiting in the States. But yeah. So, guys, currently just left Mandalore in hyperspace en route to wherever. Viper and Beren, you just had a very heated exchange, as you recently declared Viper he's now declared Darmanda. Kara might not know this yet, but that is what happened. Raz, you were just kind of there with Viper trying to console him. Shir'iven, where would you be on the ship? Just like kind of watching all this happen, or would you try to at least go to Patch or just check in on the other clones?
Yeah, Shuri's gonna go check in on Patch.
Okay. So, I'll say, Beren, would you be following along with Shuri?
After that whole like outburst, Beren has like gone to the cargo hold. He's like just stormed off. He's got stuff he needs to do and process, so
Okay, cool. So,
kind of, caught up in the moment, didn't think about anything else other than getting away, so.
Understood. So, Shuri will be the first to see Patch post everything. Okay, so you go your way off to the medical bay, open the door, and first thing that really sticks out is you see Kara is in the Bacta tank. She appears to have some type of mechanical thing licking up to what's left of her stump on her right arm, and she's like you see that the vitals are mostly stable. Like, she is an older for her species, and she's like stable. She should pull through, at least looking at the information on the table on the side. You see that Corky appears to be unconscious, but looks like he's kind of like got some kind of injection, you would assume from Patch, that is kind of meant to sort of sedate him and like get him in a calmer state. And in the middle of all this, you see Patch like off in the corner, sort of sitting down, and he has the back of his vibroblade up to his helmet, or like up to his forehead, shaking nervously, and you see like his helmet like on the medical table facing the side, and yeah, he's like, his hands are just shaking like crazy, just like, and he's like sweating profusely, and just.
Does he look like he's gonna hurt himself with like his vibroblade?
You can make an insight check.
Hold on, I need to pull my thing. Insight. You gonna hit it? Come on.
Oh, natural
First one
20.
was a nat 20.
Okay, right.
Damn, nice.
That's fun.
All right. So yeah, you already passed 10 on combat prowess, so you can mark an additional one. So this will be that refreshing. So you just have to get another 10 of those before your next thing. But with an at 20, you can tell he's not looking to hurt himself, but he's like just extremely like kind of just stressed out. He just like needs to hold something, and he's just kind of like whispering to himself, like something you can't quite make it out from here.
Shuri will step closer to him. And is his back facing me, or is it
It's like you're getting like 3/4 of his back, and you're like seeing like a quarter of his face. Just yeah. He's just kind of mostly turned away from you. Doesn't even really acknowledge like when the door opens. Just
So when Shuri gets closer, and before she places a hand on his back to comfort him, she does like gently say his name, like, Patch.
just kind of stops hyperventilating for a moment and goes, 465.
I know. And Shuri tries to take the vibroblade from his hand to set it down before she will pull him into a hug.
He is going to try to resist you, trying to grab the blade. And do you let him, like, just do his thing with it?
She will.
He stabs into the table as hard as he can. 465 men I let die on Jakku. Not a damn word I could say about it, but that blasted Bakara did it. That was 465 then. 10 million, possibly more, of those Mandalorian innocent civilians. Not just men, but women, children.
I know.
And one of my own killed before my own bloody eyes. I couldn't do a crippin' thing about it! And he, like, kicks sort of, like, the medical chair by him. And, like, immediately, like, collapses into you. Some bloody medic I'm supposed to be.
Gosh, we weren't expecting something like this to happen. You can't blame yourself. It only leads us into it only leads us further down despair in this war, and we need hope.
Where are we gonna find hope in these bloody times? I heard everything out there. Don't even know if I can face Beren anymore.
Why wouldn't you be able to face him?
My God, Cora stabilized as much as I could. Not entirely sure what her life will be like after this. But, it's all my fault. I could have done something. At least, I should have seen the signs of Viper being off the beaten path.
We didn't know about anything of this. Hells, I should have been the one to pick up on it. The Council has been wary of Palpatine's involvement in the war, and in his involvement with our missions, ever since we entered it. You can't blame yourself. We did what we could. We saved as many as we could. We saved as many women, children, men, soldiers, anyone we could. And the most that we can do is just assist them in trying to live their life past this. And Patch, trust me, I don't like any bit of this either. On the inside, I'm torn apart more than I can say. Not just for the people we lost, but for the men that were on my team.
He quickly hastily grabs the vibro dagger, just tucks it back in its sleeve and goes, "Well, I will make it my mission that no other innocent is going to perish on my watch. Clone or otherwise, you have my word on this, General."
That's what I'd like to hear, Patch. I promise you that I will not allow any soldier of mine, any person that comes within my line of sight to be hurt. I swear that to you.
He shakenly, sniffles up, wipes off the tears and snot and, gives a salute. I will maintain I'll keep an eye on these two and make sure they're alright. Have you spoken with the Duchess?
What was that?
Have you spoken with the Duchess, General?
I haven't since we had our argument with Patch.
I see.
I told her to find Corky, but I'll look out on the ship's cameras for them. More than likely, they've made it into some bedroom on the ship.
And I'll say in that moment, as the door's still open, you see Delight is walking right past the medbay. Like, and she appears to have sort of like a duffel bag filled with a bunch of gear.
Shiri raises an eyebrow at that, and she looks to Patch. She goes, keep an eye on her vitals. Message me if there's anything that needs any assistance.
Of course, General.
And Shiri will leave to go after Delight. If she's not like too far from the med bay after like Shiri steps out, she calls out to him and to her. Delight?
Nothing to worry about, General. As you see, you can tell, like with your early check, I'll allow this, that she's making her way to the escape pods, it looks like.
Delight, halt.
Goes like, that won't be necessary, General.
It will be necessary.
Drops the duffel bag. Turns around, stands at attention.
Care to explain why you're leaving us?
It has come to my attention, sir, that one of our own appears to be under the influence of someone else that would like to see my brother and sisters dead, and I'm taking this upon myself to further investigate and find this son of a womp rat and bring him to justice.
She's mentioning Crosshair, right?
She doesn't know it's Crosshair, but like, and you don't know it's Crosshair.
Yeah,
but
out of character.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me, Delight, I would allow you to go out and search for this person who turned on us, but don't you think you're going at this a bit too fast? Have you spoken to Viper?
With all due
More than likely.
With all due respect, General, he've called that shot, the first one, that took out Kara's arm. I'm not inclined to give a criff about his bloody opinion on the matter.
Oh my god!
Yeah. All right.
Damn.
Get it out of the way. Just get it out of the way. This is the arc I'm going for.
Just
by all
like
means,
it's just gonna turn into everybody hates Viper. Fuck.
Look, trust me, I don't agree with what he did either. I'm not very happy with Viper. None of us are. But I don't want to lose you if you were to seek out this person that took that shot. Please just remain on the ship until we can make it to a safer place.
And Data will come up right by him being like, oh, you're going away for something, Delight? And goes like, it's nothing, Data. Me and the General just having a discussion. He goes like, well, where's feedback? And Delight goes, it's none of your...
Fuck.
And then goes like, kind of looks at, like, Delight kind of looks at you, like, almost scornfully for a moment, but then just kind of focus her attention and back on Data and goes like, we gotta have a talk, kid. And she will bring back her duffel bag and then pull Delight off to the side while kind of giving you, Shiri, like sort of a melancholy kind of look before she finds like a storage move that
gives when their eyes meet. Shiri gives a somber look, like you can tell that she is sorry, but she just can't lose anyone else right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Meanwhile, while that's happening, we'll go over to Raz and Viper. You're just kind of still chilling in like the main like sort of living area of it, like with the just kind of looking on at the window.
I either that or feel like we'd still be in the same positions that we were when at the end of the last session.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which in that Viper broke down and Raz was just had his palm on Viper's heart as he was just trying to, just be there. I don't know if Viper changed positions, but I don't imagine much movement would change.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty much just
Yeah.
1-to-1 from when we left it off.
One to one, yeah.
Yeah.
So, while you're in that moment, you just hear a faint little ahem, who you assume is Duchess Satine.
Ah!
Yeah, Viper, you can
All right.
see her face. Raz doesn't the moment as she's right behind him, and she does not look very pleased.
As everyone else does. As everyone else does. As everyone else does.
Mhm.
He looks at Satine. I imagine she looks kind of pissed.
Oh, very pissed.
Does she? I'm guessing she sees the saber.
Oh, yeah. You didn't even bother to hide it. You just sort of clicked it on your belt,
Nope.
I'm guessing. Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and hastily just trying to get aboard the ship. Raz,
I was gonna say you didn't even bother giving it back to Shiri.
I was going to actually.
New Mandalore. New Mandalore.
No,
Yo, don't do that to
no,
Shiri.
no.
She's actually accepting it.
No, he's not gonna do that to Shiri. He's not. He knows
guess,
Shiri
I
won it
guess.
fair and square.
Mm-hmm. She kind of holds her hand out expectantly.
He will he kind of just gives her just a brief look, as in 1 second we'll talk, and then he turns his head to Viper. Look, I have to go. I need to talk to the others regarding Mandalore, but we're talking more about this later.
He just nods and just lets go.
And he just gives you one last gentle pat on the shoulder before he takes his hands off of you, looks to Satine, walks towards her. Maybe we should have this discussion outside. And he'll lead the way out of the room.
She'll follow. For now. And she'll kind of like, the second you're in a private area, she goes, "It was some stunt you pulled back there."
Yeah. I know you're angry. But did you really believe throwing the saber was the best course of action?
Let me have a
In
moment.
this time?
If I could have a moment to think on it. Oh, right, that was the same weapon that was literally used to decapitate my head from my body. So, yes, I believe removing it was the safest option. That sword has claimed lives, including my own, of countless innocents for generations. It's more trouble than it's bloody worth keeping here.
So you remembered that. Cool. Awesome.
He kind of tenses up at the mention of the decapitation because he was there to witness that, and he just goes, I know. I was there when I saw it happen.
And you swore an oath, all of you, that you would... No, it's not worth bringing up, but you understand the gravity that this weapon carries. That men, fathers, sons, daughters, mothers, they will kill each other for the title of Mandalore through this accursed weapon.
I know. Maybe I don't understand your people's history that much, but I know how much pain it's caused. I know how long you guys have been at war. But this weapon, it's so ingrained in your history that you can't just throw it away like this. Mandalore is gone, and I'm sorry we couldn't do more. I wish we did. But you guys, you need to find a way to unite the clans and find a suitable leader to lead you through these dark times. Saber may have caused grief, but it might be your only chance right now. And before you say anything else, if you don't like the saber, fine, throw it away, but not at a critical moment when the planet is being bombarded by a separatist attack. And when the dust settles, who do you think is going to go down and clear the wreckage? They're droids who are immune to radiation and disease, who can easily find the dark saber and hand it to the likes of Darth Maul or Sidious. And if they get their hands on a weapon like this, that galaxy will never know peace. No one will know peace with this in their hands.
Fuck.
You don't know what they are capable of. And I pray you never find out.
Make me a persuasion check at advantage. Holy I didn't even think of that.
I told you I had counter arguments for this.
God damn! I didn't even think about Cities of the Dark Saber. Holy fuck! Christ. Okay, yeah, just persuasion advantage. 18. Okay, let's see how she does. She is a wise politician, but yeah. She just kind of like turns her head and like thinking about like she turns away from you for a moment, like the mention of Maul and like the droids cleaning up the wreckage and handing this to Maul and Sidious, and she just kind of like head turns up.
Well, gee, when you put it like that.
Then she goes, "You're right. I don't like the saber that it is attached to this culture, but you are correct that it is something that is here to stay, like it or not. With tradition as it is, and perhaps pacifism not entirely being as reliable as I once thought, I may have to discuss this with either Beren or Kara, perhaps both of them, in hopes that we can arrange some form of collaboration of sorts and bring the planet to, or our people rather, to a new status. But the question is, where will we be settled? They are, at least from what I've gathered, talking with the other cruisers, they were only able to save a couple thousand of the civilians.
You need a new home. I have an idea. But I think we should talk to Shir'iven.
Perhaps. And as that kind of wraps up, we'll go over to Beren. You're just kind of in the cargo hold by yourself, I imagine?
Yeah. Yeah, he's still like, you know, visibly upset and stuff, but instead of taking his like anger out physically, he is working, like has found like in the cargo hold, because, you know, it probably would have been put there, I'm assuming, Raz, the helm that Timio gave Raz, just for like safekeeping. It would be in the cargo.
I think Raz would have had it in his quarters, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say in his quarters, yeah.
Okay.
And you might know where his quarters is, so if you wanna
Yeah.
go
yeah.
there and get
I
it,
mean,
you can.
Yeah, as long
Okay.
as it's unlocked. Yeah, he goes in. And,
Yeah,
and,
it'd be unlocked.
And yeah, he'll take it, and has like rummaged around in one of his belt pouches and has taken out a couple of small tubs, which appear to be filled with armor paint, like Mandalorian armor paint.
Mm-hmm.
And he is currently like painting on the helm.
Okay. Are you painting like J guys or like the ankle, or what are you painting?
He is painting on the forehead, much like Baron's own helm. He is painted like 2 white triangles. And then above it, on like either side of the forehead, are in Clan Rin's actual color, like the red-orange burnt color, is a set of J guys.
Nice. I'll say, as you're painting that, one of the clones on board just kind of knocks at the sword door, just kind of go, you you alright in there?
Beren, like he'll look at the clone, and he hasn't got his helmet on, so he like does the kind of thing that you do, you know, as like yeah, I'm fine, but very clearly on his face he's not fine.
You go, yeah. I'll actually, at that, he goes like, yeah, sorry about, you know, what happened below. First time working this ship and the gunners on it, it's, you know, sorry couldn't have done more, you know. It's, yeah, it's, you know, I can assume you are Mandalorian in nature. I read a little bit up on your kind and, how much you hold the world close to your chest and how important it all is, but, I am sorry that we couldn't save it.
Beren just says, I'd already lost Mandalore once before, and turns out the second time isn't any easier.
Ouch. Yeah.
But then he'll look more at the clone and just shake his head and say, "What's your name, Trooper?"
Oh, I haven't gotten a name yet.
Oh. I'm guessing he's like, you know, shiny, clean armor.
Oh yeah, he has. Oh yeah, I don't think I've ever showed, but this is what the general like. This is what like the clones of the 99th tend to look like. Where are they? Yeah, he's rocking some like grayish sort of armor and paintings on there. Wait, is there a better one? Yeah, like. Yeah, sort of like gray and like there's bits of purple. Like you can see he has like little he has what are the number things called? The tallies. He's got like little tallies on his chest in purple. But has like a DC-17 strapped on him. Goes, yeah, I've from the 99th Battalion. I serve under Captain Sara. We're the air corps of the 99th.
Yeah, he nods. And says he'll actually say, you know, like so did you know much about Mandalore?
I read up a little bit on what I could. I mean, we all come from a Mandalorian, so some of us were curious, some of us weren't. I wanted to learn a little bit more on the downtime on Coruscant. Read a little bit up on Jango Fett and his history and how wild thing he used to be, Mandalore. Can't picture a bounty hunter, any one of us leading that place. It's sorry, but I don't know if that's too soon, but yeah. But interesting guy. Shame that he passed as young as he did, but happens in war when you're trying to play both sides.
Yeah, Beren will say, like in reference to Django Fett, that I never met him either. Clan Rin, Fett's married into it. But I mean, if the stories are true, then I think he'd be proud of you guys.
Oh, thank you, sir. It's been a long journey with us. Seen a lot of brothers pass, and I am gonna miss Feedback. Was a good man. And
You are. Said he was.
Yeah, did he at least die doing his duty?
He did. And he'll give the shiny, like, a kind of like a warrior's kind of like understanding, and just says it was quick, honorable.
Kind of like bites his lip for a moment, goes, good. No, it's what he wanted. Better than probably the rest of us. Better than the rest of us deserve. But anyway, I'm sorry to bother. I'll leave it to your business. As he kind of starts heading out the room.
Yeah, he'll just say, thank you. There's a word in my culture for what you've given me.
Oh, and what's that?
It's a Yihan. There's no real word for it in the common tongue, but I suppose you could say that moment between mourning what's lost and the joy of celebrating it.
Huh. Hey, Yeon. Kinda like the ring of it. It's just kind of...
Wow, you're Mandalorian. Short name to take.
I think I will. Feedback probably would have wanted me to take a little bit of Mandalore home with me, and I suppose the name is as good as I'm gonna get.
Then continue to wear it with honor.
Yes, sir. As he gives like a little 2-finger salute and heads on out the room.
Okay.
And last but not least, Viper. Where are you heading off to? As
I'm going to the main bridge because I'd rather at least like I'm rather comfortable at least just like guiding us home rather than just sitting around my feet. I might as well do something instead of just wallow around.
For sure. Yeah, you kind of like the ship's on autopilot, so no one's really in the bridge. But
Good.
then as you kind of like are like just sitting there kind of wallowing, looking at your helmet, there is a slight crack that formed with like how hard you threw it on the surfaces.
Yeah.
But I'll say you just hear like a little thing going off at the door. And like as you see the door opening, it's R7 rolling in. It's kind of like nudging you a little bit.
He looks over at R7 forlornly and just sort of like, hey R7, you don't want to spend time with me. He'll probably, after everything I've did, you probably be in better company with Shuri.
And he like beeps and boops, and then he will pop out a ration stick for you.
Aw. He takes it and just chews it a little bit. Pats the top of him and just like, thanks, pal.
As he kind of like will sort of like nudge closer and just like, I think you can guess from the binary and like the droid he's speaking that he's basically meaning he's open ears if you need to lay something off.
Oh god, therapy pet. Oh god,
Therapy astromech, let's go.
therapy pet.
Therapy robot, let's go.
Therapeutic robot.
Yeah.
Oh god. Viper's not sure where to start. He already poured his heart out to Raz, so he's just sort of like, you know what? He'll just sort of like look towards out in hyperspace and just sigh a bit, just like, I envy them, you know, that Shiri, Raz, Beren. They're free in a sense. Me and my brothers. All we have is the Republic. All we live for is for the Republic. I felt I was doing good, but these past 2 months have been giving me a lot to think about Sev. Do you think we'll ever be free?
Just kind of like a general, I wish I had an answer. You can roughly translate.
Me waxing poetics after the criff I pulled off. They almost hate me. And they have a right to. I don't know what Palpatine even thought, and I don't know what's Crosshair got to do with any of this, but I'm hoping this is the last of the bad times.
And he just kind of like thinks for a moment, just kind of, he'll like sort of hop up to try to be more at level with the window with you, looking on hyperspace and just sort of be like, and just kind of roughly translating to there's, after all the stunts that Sherry's pulled, I'm still in one piece. I don't think there's much worse than anyone else can do, and these are war times. They're going to be bad either way. The light's always at the end of the tunnel.
Sort of looks at him with a raised eyebrow and just sort of like, well, you're quite, well, someone got them boosting their motivated logic.
And he goes like, the Jedi installed a lot like these top like 1,000 encouraging quotes to say in times of
Self-help
war.
tapes! Self-help tapes!
Yeah.
They gave the droid self-help tapes.
Yeah. I mean, hey, like, droid's gotta be good for something else outside of piloting ships.
I would have loved just like all that beeping, just like just be like, I don't know.
Yeah. But
I'm just the funny mascot.
but yeah.
But no, he gives him a small smile and just sort of like rubs the top of his chrome dome head and just sighs as he leans back in his chair, hoping that some form of forgiveness will come in due time. For now, he's just bracing for what the future will be like.
Yeah. And there is just this kind of weird tension. I'll say for like the next couple of hours in hyperspace. where would you have marked off course to, if, or I'll say like, until someone else like wants the ship to go someplace else, it's heading straight for Coruscant.
Yep, that's my guess.
Yeah, I mean, Beren's got to drop his mom off there and sort some stuff out because Mandalore's gone.
It kind of do be.
I don't know if Shira you want to order the ship to go to like another place first, or Raz you want to talk to Satine to try to like change the course to at least have the like, because the Mandalorians
I thought I mentioned in the last campaign in the last episode that we were headed towards Coruscant because that's where they would seek refuge for the time being.
Right. Okay. But yeah. Then they will head down to Coruscant first, so Raz, you're welcome to, I don't know if you want to call everyone, try to like get everyone back into single place to discuss where to put the Mandalorians next.
Yeah, I think he's gonna approach Shiri about it first, and he's going to I guess call up I'd say call up a meeting to discuss to discuss suitable new homes for the Mandalorians now. Because they can't, they can be refugees on Coruscant for now, but it can't stay that way forever. So.
No, Shiri knows that. She just we need, the main thing is that she's bringing them to Coruscant because it's a safe planet for the meantime.
And plus,
Right.
there's the political ambassadors for Mandalore there, so.
Yeah, Satine, even though she's not really, in the Galactic Senate much, she has the most sway as far as, speaking for the Mandalorian people, having, good political instincts, and she can try out. She's got, she doesn't have a plan anymore, but she has some sway. She can pull some strings. Attempt to, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say, if nothing else, I think he's going to talk to Shiri with Satine and maybe others.
All right.
But he wants to find Shir'iven first, regardless.
Oh, yeah. That's easy enough.
He has a saber to return to.
Yeah. She'll be where would you be, Shiri? Still by the med bay?
Shiri kind of she's kind of hanging out in one of the common areas. Probably just trying to collect herself after everything that happened, figure out where to go, how to speak to the council on this, how to speak to because then she realizes some issues are gonna have to be spoken to Palpatine about this, and it's
Mr. Budface.
So yeah, she's just kind of she's kind of sitting at one of the tables. She's there's a cup of tea in front of her, and she has she has her thumb and index finger pointed to the pressed against the bridge of her nose, as she's trying to think everything over.
Okay. Yeah, Raz would. He'd approach from the other side of the table. Is this seat taken?
Go right ahead.
And room for one more, as Satine will sort of be behind Raz. She's looking noticeably less pissed off.
Noticeably, that's a good one.
Noticeably.
She's still...
Raz would sit down.
Yeah, she's very nettled, as we'll say.
Yeah, Raz sits down across from Sherry.
Yeah.
First off, I believe this belongs to you. And he pulls out the dark saber and hands it to Sherry.
Sherry does take it. Like, she pulls it close to her. She doesn't pocket it though. She looks to both Raz and Satine. She utters out like, thank you.
I'm not sure if my say in the matter means anything either way to you, Master Jedi, but you have my blessing to carry it.
I appreciate hearing that, Satine. I do.
It's harder to give it than you think. Even with Raziel's points, I still am in protest that more harm than good will come out of that in its still existence. If I would at least would ask for consideration that the Jedi ordered the temple keepers dismantle it. If it was made on made by Mandalorian Jedi, then it should be removed from the equation by them, and not be used by anyone to harm another living being.
But if the saber's destroyed, who will lead the Mandalorians? They need a beacon of hope to look to.
I don't
Especially
believe-
now.
If I may impose, I believe that until we come to a final decision on where we are to place the Mandalorians, that's when we will decide what to do with it. She then looks to Satine, and a hand reaches across the table to place upon hers. Could I be honest with you, Satine?
Kind of looks like she's been looking away a little bit at the moment, just kind of, pouted at it, but when you place your hand on her, she immediately, starts to relax a bit more and just goes, "You may, Master Sherry."
I only took this title on because I wished for peace. I didn't want to be Mandalore. And you could tell just from the moment I gave your sister the saber. I only came to accept it when I wanted to ensure that... Well, I was... Hold on, I'm gonna figure out how to say this.
You good? No, you're good.
I was allowing this title once I've come to terms with what it could mean. I want to protect anyone I can in this galaxy. And that is the only reason I'm even fighting in this war to begin with. I want to ensure that your people stay safe. And trust me, I understand the hesitation. And believe me, it was one of the reasons why I didn't want to carry it in the first place. I look at this thing and all I see is what happened to you. About how I broke that promise that I kept to protect you. But now, I'm only looking at it as what it originally stood for. A beacon of hope for your people. I understand that the saber has come to shed such blood, slay the lives of innocents. But who's to say this won't be a new chapter for Mandalore as a whole, in which the saber can regain its true and original meaning? That's how I'm looking at it right now.
Just kind of clasps your other hand with hers, just holds it tightly and goes, if you truly believe that, then that will be something to discuss with my people, as well as this Kara Rin. And that will be a deciding factor once we are settled on our new homeworld, wherever that may be. I will see what strings I can pull in the Senate. Raz, you mentioned a possible location, but we'll see what I can do on my end politically with the Senate.
Good.
Until then, we will arrange for places for your people and yourself to be on Coruscant. Promise. We want you to feel safe.
Thank you, Master Jedi. As she'll just tightly embrace your hands further.
And Shiri's gonna squeeze them right back. We're almost to Coruscant, and I believe rest is in order as soon as we make it to the planet. I will ensure that arrangements will be made for you to speak on the Senate, on the Council, at the Senate, to ensure that you can find a home for your people.
That won't be necessary. I do appreciate the effort, but I have my own ties within the Senate that can that are more than capable of securing me a spot of speaking. I'm sure within a few days.
And Shiri kind of laughs at it. No, I should have known.
What?
No. I should have thought of that. I apologize. My head has been reeling from all of this.
It's quite all right. I understand it has been a very taxing day for everyone on board.
Just all I can say is do be careful with Senator Palpatine.
And Raz immediately tenses. Please do.
We have reason to believe that he was the reason a trooper took the shot at Kara.
Not reason to believe. It was confirmed.
You believe that a clone was behind the assassination attempt on Kara?
It wasn't by his own doing.
Under orders.
Senator Palpatine was the reason why Viper did so. Many of my clones, and even many on the council, myself included, do not trust his involvement in this war.
I definitely don't.
All we can ask is that you remain careful, and if you would like, we'll have some of my troopers protecting you. If anything were to come to that.
Kind of stands up and goes, I will take that under advisement, and believe me, I know how to get my way around politics. I've known my way out to negotiate with more stubborn individuals or slimy politicians. Master Kenobi taught me a thing or two about that. But for right
All the
now...
same, just be careful.
Of course. But right now I do have two of my own people here that I wish to speak with. And...
Of course.
And if you guys want to follow her, she's gonna look immediately for Beren.
You know what? I'll stick around with her. If Shiri will place the saber on her side, and she looks to Satine. Would you mind it if I joined you?
Not at all.
And Shiri looks
Do
to
you-
Raz.
Do you mind if I... what? You go first.
Oh, I was gonna ask if like he wanted to come along.
Yeah, of course. He stands up.
All right, and yeah, as long as Baron's not trying to hide on the ship, then yeah.
Let's play hide and seek with Beren.
Yeah.
Baron rolls a stealth check and is just never found.
Ah!
While we're heading towards... Actually, I'll wait till we find Beren.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
wait.
All right. So yeah, Baron, I'm assuming you're still in Raz's quarters, or are you like outside, or just
No,
getting
I'm-
outside of it
I'm-
now?
I took the mask from Raz's quarters to the cargo hold where I was doing the paintwork.
Gotcha. Okay. So, yeah. if
So I'm
you're-
in the cargo hold still.
Okay. So if you're not moving from there anytime soon, then you will be greeted by Satine, followed by Shiri and Raz.
Beren stands up and it's very clear immediately he's on his guard. He's not like reaching for a weapon or anything, but he does seem like defensive in body language.
You are of Clan Ren, I have heard. Yes.
I am.
I understand if you have a lesser opinion of myself and my family lineage as a result of your clan being excommunicated.
I think it's more that your family had little to think of me and my clan.
I understand. But I know it might not be much, but your actions and moment of bravery, even it might be a hint of foolishness, show me that indeed there are more clans that deserve true recognition and are worthy of the title. And Shir'iven, if you would please kind of like motions you to like get in front of Beren.
Shiri will step towards Beren.
It is by my decree, as current or former Duchess of Mandalore, that I remove you, your clan, and your status of Darmanda. And she kind of like whispers to you, Shiri, to like ignite the saber and like sort of do the thing.
Oh,
with-
do like the sword on the shoulder thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, Shiri will knight Beren.
Yeah. Do you allow it, Beren, or are you like unfazed at all by this?
I think Beren's like kind of just stood in shock. He has like a response, an instinctive response of when the blade comes near his leku to like go by his shoulder, he flinches.
If you will allow Shiri to catch that, Shiri will pause at that before offering Beren a reassuring smile. It's all right.
Yeah, he like doesn't smile back, but noticeably like relaxes a bit.
And Shiri will knight Beren before she pulls the dark saber back and turns it off, slips it back onto her side.
Mm-hmm. And Satine kind of
Raz looks happy at that.
Satine kind of asks you, like says, "You may rise, Baron of Clan Ren. I understand if this is not much or anything, But I hope it can be the start of a new, more fruitful relationship between our lineages and the start of a new and prosperous Mandalore.
Beren still seems like a bit unsure of this, like as if like why is the sudden niceness happening after, like how old is he now? So it's been about 16 years of like being ignored, like clan wise. So yeah, he's a bit like You know that picture of like the one cat that's pulling the face? Yeah, that's him. Gonna have to draw that. But but yeah, he just like tightly nods. Like his mother is more the diplomat than him, so
And know this, you may inform Kara that this title is applied to her as well. That wherever our new Mandalore will be, that her and her clan are more than welcome.
he nods again, and then in respect to Shir'iven, who he views as the Mandalore, he puts his arm across his chest and bows formally.
And Satine just kind of nods and lets out a hand and goes, "Shall we end this silly disagreement?"
Well, I think disagreement is putting it lightly. But yes. And yeah, he'll take her hand in like his gloved own and give it a firm shake.
Aw. Nice. And yeah. As that is going on. Oh, sorry, you got something to say, Raz?
Yeah, I wanted to while everyone's here in the room. After like a couple of moments pass.
Sorry to who?
What?
Sorry, it cut out for me, so like it just sorry.
Oh, gotcha. I was gonna say like after a couple moments pass of this formal ceremony and making up happens, Raz will pipe up. Before we all resume our duties, I mentioned to Satine that I might have an idea or a suggestion.
What might that be?
Mandalore, as much as we tried, was lost. And there are a lot of people, men, women, and children, who need a new home.
Mm-hmm.
I know a place that could be suitable. The air is breathable. There are inhabitants there, but there's a large patch of land that's uninhabited. You both have similar ways of adapting to life.
Right.
Similar cultures, communities that are tight-knit. Similar traditions of training as warriors, explorers at a young age. The planet I'm suggesting is my own world, Eridonia. You don't have to accept, but if I'm able to offer even just a little piece of my home to you, then I want to help. I want to give it.
We're out of character. There are Iridonian Senate members, right?
There are, yes. Like it's kind of in a weird neutralish territory where it's like it's just on the borders of the inner core, where it could
Right.
potentially be represented, but it strangely doesn't have any any representatives in the Senate, so
Right.
it's kind of a big old question mark as far as like where it falls in the alignment, but couldn't hurt to, like, it's not out of the realm of possibility to get them situated there. You just have, it'll be a process, but
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
And Shiri, like, ponders for a moment. It is a planet within the mid-rim. It could work. It's just a matter of the process it might take.
It could be a bit of a process, but
It's
it
a
could be
home.
doable. It's a home. And they'd have a chance at hope again.
And Satine will like chime in being like, that, well, I want this to be a matter discussed with whoever would be leading us, but Beren, would you allow the people to, would that home be suitable, do you think, for all the clans?
Beren looks kind of out of his depth here, and is just like, I think you would be better off talking to the matriarch.
I will discuss this with her once she is conscious, but I would appreciate
should-
your input.
Then I suppose I find nothing objectionable about it.
Good. Take that as a vote for, then. You had something, Shiri?
Shiri remembers how Kara was looking when she saw her in the med bay earlier, and she kind of like, she thinks a little bit. If anything, she'll be conscious within the next day or so. Especially if we're landing on Courshot shortly, where she'll be ensured the finest care. We're doing what we can with what we have now.
Of course. And she is, from what I saw, she is a very capable warrior, and she would be proud of all of you and your actions. And going back to Viper real quick,
It's a me.
you've had a couple of minutes by yourself, and that's when you get a message on your private comm channel.
Oh.
I knew it was gonna happen sooner or later. This little sleaze bag.
And it is from Palpatine, and he will
Fucking knew it.
and he goes like, this isn't like a this is more of like a text that it's in a clone it's in the language only commandos understand. So
Fun.
yeah, so you just get
Gotta
this
bring
sort
out-
of like
gotta
coming,
break out the fucking decoder ring to get this shit figured out.
yeah, so this will like, and it like comes and disappears like relatively quickly, but it kind of says, I take it I've heard from Crosshair that there was some complications with the orders. Am I correct in that assumption?
Quickly responds. Affirmative. Fire was affirmative. After the first shot, security increased.
So the target is still alive, then, yes?
Heavily wounded, but in medbay.
Good. For now, this is as long as she assumes her place and doesn't undermine our authority, then I will consider this a temporary success. You did your part well, and I will keep you updated should I need you for any further assignments.
Well, just takes that deep sigh of just like, and then responds, affirmative, sir.
And then, like, comms are just wiped, just all the history, and then I'll say about that time, the gang will sort of appear.
Emotional, damn it!
My brain the entire time was just, why is Viper on the same line as the villain line?
Yeah.
Shir'iven, you're not allowed to talk to Palpatine.
You know my dad. You can't tell me what to do.
But yeah,
Stop calling Palpatine on our hero phone line.
but yeah, I'll say right around that time, the gang, depending if Beren you want to get
Should
anywhere.
I go and get him? Nah, don't do that.
He said no.
I think Baron's probably gonna go to the med bay to check on his mom.
Yeah, Kara's doing her best. Patch is like still just like maintaining the vitals, and like once you come in, he just kind of immediately like gets in an embrace with you and goes, "I am so sorry for everything I've said about her. She's doing her damn best. She's fighting like hell in there, but she'll make a full recovery, I promise."
Baron just gives him like a patient smile and just said, "Was there ever in any doubt? You're a great medic."
Everything that's bloody happened today kind of says otherwise, but it means a lot coming from you.
Is Patch still holding on to the dog tags?
They're on his side, yeah.
Yeah,
they
so
clicked
like
on his
can
belt.
visibly see them.
Mm-hmm.
Baron will kind of, gently just like pull the chain up with one finger.
Wait,
And then look at Patch.
what are you doing?
Tell me about him.
Just kind of like sits down a moment, goes, "I don't know him all that well. I just gave him a couple of checkups here and there whenever he needed a physical. Always was kind of complaining he gets woozy from like flying at too high altitudes too quickly. That's why they called him feedback, of just that he was getting. We joked about him flying so high he'd receive transmissions over communication through his brain. It was a dumb joke between us, but was a good man. He liked his rotary cannons. He was on his way to trying to get to corporal lieutenant, maybe trying to lead a group of flyers of his own someday, but looks like he's not getting that chance."
Baron, there is like seating in here, right?
Yeah. There's like other seats in the med bay.
Yeah, then Baron will pull Patch to like sit down with him for a second.
He will.
And Baron reaches into his pouch again, where he keeps the paint, and this time pulls out 2 tubs. One is kind of like a grey color, and the other is black. And he will gesture for Patch to give him his wrist.
He like hesitantly pulls it out for you, or like shows you the under the wrist area of his armor.
He'll take it. I'm assuming there's like an area on it that doesn't have any paintwork.
Oh yeah, like both of his wrists are clean, so left or right, wherever you
Nice.
would like to. But he's presenting the right, at least.
Okay, I'll take the right, and into Patch's left hand, he will quickly and gently pick up the dog tags and put them in Patch's other hand, his left hand. And Beren will dip one finger in grey and one finger in black, and he will paint out essentially like an interlocking chain with each piece of the chain, like, you know, a black piece and then a grey piece, black piece, grey piece. And I can't say it fluently in Mandoa, but he says it in Mandoa and then he'll repeat it in Basic. He speaks in Mandoa and then he says, as he's painting it, you grieve for your friend, your family. And then he begins putting a matching mark on the one of his left bracer, which is red, and puts the black interlocking chain there as well. And he says, and I grieve for mine. They will not be forgotten, and we will sing their song.
Oh, so you have the dog tags on your armor now, too.
No, the interlocking, like, chain pattern that he put on Patch, he's now put on himself.
Ah, okay. He just kind of sees that and just... Yeah, he just starts tearing up at that. Just trying to hold it together best he can, but...
Nah, man, we allow crying here. He's gonna pull Patch in for a hug. And just like so, Patch doesn't feel like, you know, like his... or get self-conscious about crying, so like to kind of distract from the fact, Beren will start telling him about like Mandalorian funeral customs and stuff, and explain that he chose the chain pattern to represent that they are both like banded together in this, and they've come out stronger.
And yeah, he just kind of like goes into the embrace more, and he's just breaking down at this point and goes, he's just an utter mess at the moment.
Yeah, man, I don't blame him. Baron's just gonna hug him out.
Yeah, and yeah, he's just a mess, but he'll hold that embrace. But I'll say, as that goes on, right around at the end, depending on what you others are doing, you can find Viper up in the cockpit area, the bridge of the ship, by himself with R7, like on the tail end of the conversation with Palpatine, if you wish to talk to him.
How many of us, or?
If Beren wants to be there too, like, but yeah, it's just right now, like, on the bridge by himself is Viper with R7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Baron's just comforting Patch, so if, like, you know, if they call for him to come up, then Beren will, so.
Okay.
I think Raz would, because he still has things to ask.
Okay.
Which will lead to
Shiri
something else he's gonna do before we land on Coruscant.
Yeah.
Shiri will go as well.
Okay. But yeah, I'll say Viper, as your conversation ends, the door opens up with Raziel and Shiri at just sort of waiting there, looking to speak to you about some matter. You can't quite place what it would be, but
Oh gosh, I wonder what it could be.
Shiri steps forward and she just goes like, I wish to apologize for how I reacted and what happened. However, we do need to speak about this.
There's-
Civilly.
There's no reason to apologize. I deserved that, and much more, if anything. He says, simply still staring out into space.
Raz steps forward as well. We can't change what happened. But we can use this in order to step forward. But we need to talk.
R7 will kind of bump you in the back of the leg. Vire being like, being like, talk is the only way we're gonna fix this.
Oh, great. The droid's my Jiminy Cricket. Great.
My gosh,
Oh my
Nala,
God,
you gotta
please
talk
then.
to your Jedi General there, Viper.
Oh my God, blink that. R7 singing your conscience for your guide.
Hi, diddly-dee, a trooper's life is free.
Lying didn't get anyone anywhere, you silly clone, you.
Viper then simply takes off his helmet and just sort of like puts it to his side and then just sort of like turns around, just like. And I'll start with this at least, as he just looks over at them. Palpatine just messaged me.
And what did he say?
He wants to know how the, and in quotations, target was dealt with, and I told him she was heavily wounded, and that seemed to appease him for the time being.
Do you remember his exact words?
Out of character, no, because that just passed by me, and I'm still just like,
I
the misery.
remember actually. He said, "Good for now, as long as she assumes her place and doesn't mind our authority.
Undermine
he counts
authority.
this as a success." Yeah, undermines authority. He counts this as a success.
He said that as long as she answers to Palpatine and to my judge, the Republic's authority, and the mission was a success.
Do you know why he sees Kara as a target?
That I am unaware of, but I'd imagine having leverage on one Mandalorian clan would certainly be quite the power move.
He wants to control everything, it seems.
That it does.
And why is he using you? He could have asked any other trooper for this exact same assignment. Why is he taking such an interest in you, Viper?
Because of what we've done. I mean, the places we've gone to, our connections towards the dark side. I mean, he clearly wanted something out of our duel with, what was it, the Grandmaster?
Grandmaster, yes.
Yeah.
After our duel with the Grandmaster, it just seemed as if he couldn't exactly go to Shir. He couldn't exactly.
He's trying. Shiri, like, if you'll allow me.
Yeah, no,
of course.
like,
Yeah, go ahead.
That's trying to make a
Shiri
sentence, but
completes that thought. Because I refused him at first, he's going. He's going for the targets below. In order to make the tower, the expendables, to make the tower fall.
And he knew I was lying to him when I said we didn't find anything of interest on Jakku. That leads you, Viper. This whole situation is a mess.
He's on to us for sure. He doesn't want us to succeed.
Viper.
So,
Oh, if you had something, Sherry, you go.
there's something much more sinister that he's planning. Something in the Force definitely tells me that.
There's still my vision. I'm still trying to wrap my head around. But in there, it was Sidious. I didn't hear or see any mention of the Chancellor. What does it all mean?
Out of character. What if that means that he's insidious?
Oh my god.
Mhm.
But I feel like we'd be advancing the plot way too much if we figured just like, but what if?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
like,
It could we?
Could we?
I would say.
No.
Okay.
Kevin.
Yes.
So this would be an insight check.
I would say with all the evidence presented from Raz's visions, from what's going on with Viper, I will make it an insight check. It's going to be a very high DC.
Okay.
All right.
So, who has the highest insight?
Who has
Not
the
me.
highest insight?
I
That
think
would
it's
be
me.
you.
I have an 8.
Definitely.
I have a 5 insight.
Insight. I have a 1.
Okay, so
I have a 0.
Shiri will make the roll.
And
I'm gonna
do we-
say this for Kevin's sake.
Yes.
If I do not make a good roll, do not give me an advantage thing.
Of course. Yeah.
Make
don't.
this for story's sake.
100%. Yeah. So yeah, just a single.
I mean, like, I'm saying this to the chat, so they cannot redeem points.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We
So
are
Okay.
hard locking
Yeah,
this on
yeah.
more.
So
But
yeah.
would there be so with the advantage, like not the advantage, with all the evidence, this is just a normal insight roll with my modifiers.
Correct. Yes.
Got it. All right. Are we ready,
Okay.
boys?
Swear
All
to
right,
God,
let's
if it's
figure
not
it out.
20, I'm going to lose my shit.
Let's
Nah.
go.
It's a 7.
Nah, probably not.
Yeah, like from what
Is
you
there something I can get from it?
like from what like you've heard of the time with the Chancellor, like him talking about like these like old Sith stories, like, and it's weird that he would take an interest in those things. And like from all that you've heard about Sidious, like they're like, are those like, it's kind of like a Venn diagram, like there are some crossover things, but like it's not enough to entirely sell you.
Yeah.
Like there is like an
Shiri-
air of like, there is an air of, like mischievous to him, or like maybe like he has a political veneer, like you don't know how much of that is like, oh, like he's just like a politician, like, and there's nothing
He's
much.
just a silly little guy.
Yeah.
Just a slimy politician.
Yeah,
Okay,
like,
with that,
Anakin, with all due
Shiri-
respect, I'm just a silly little guy.
She
Come
shakes
on,
her
come
head.
on.
It's Palpatine must have some role. Otherwise, he wouldn't be doing such things like this in order to. It could. With an action like this, it could have changed the tides of the war to put the Separatists in the lead. Something is definitely amiss. My experiences with him and how he seems to take quite an interest in Sith legends of old, as well as his nature in order to meddle with the Jedi Council's business. it's still not enough to fully incriminate him.
We need more evidence to go off of. But we can't leave things as they are.
I'm not saying that at all. I sadly wish we could do something, but the most we could do is continue to seek refuge with the council, share what we know only with this group and those we do fully trust. And Viper, as much as I understand what is happening, I understand why you took those orders, but you do need to trust us in this moment. Shiri, at this, Shiri will stand up, and she still has a vibroblade on her.
Yeah.
She still has like a vibro dagger on her from like previous.
Yeah, from Bruiser.
And Shiri looks to Viper. She removes a bit of, the top, like, part of, like, the cloth that's kind of, like, covering her collarbone just above her chest.
Mm-hmm.
And she makes a slight cut there. She doesn't flinch. Nothing.
Shiri?
It is a reminder to me, and a visual reminder to you, that I will not allow any of your brothers that I can take care of to fall. Anything he will attempt, I will not allow. She finishes it off with another slash. It's now a bloody X just under her collarbone.
Goddamn.
Bloody cross. Ooh.
Oof.
I swear to you, Viper, you are more than just soldiers. You are friends. You are brothers. You are sisters. You are people. And I am not allowing anyone else to fall under my care.
And I
Shiri
ask you this.
sheets up. Go ahead.
He's very astonished at that, not only at that declaration, but just her dedication towards his independency, and it shakes him a bit because he honestly thought that he was kind of having to start over again. But with some slight renewed vigor, he stands up and looks over at them and just, I always trusted you from day one. I was just terrified to put you all at risk. Again. But promise me this. Whatever happens with him, and whatever happens with me, you don't stop. None of you will not stop until we end this damn war.
I swear it.
I swear it too. And I also promise to do whatever I can to keep your brothers and sisters, our VOD, safe. what I said before about you having a soul. I still mean that. You're alive. And that counts. And you can respond to that how he wishes, but I'm gonna try something.
Mm-hmm.
From
Okay.
everything he's discerned from Viper, that the clones basically being under Palpatine's throat, if they disobey, he can kill any of them at any time, and just everything else, all of the evidence. I'm gonna cast this on myself,
What the hell?
and I'm gonna DM you that question.
Oh,
Oh.
fuck.
Great.
Whoa,
Okay.
Whoa, 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 wait. What?
The
Oh,
Raziel
I'm-
sense, head ass.
I'm gonna cast Danger Sense,
okay.
and what I'm trying to discern is this. Give me a hot second.
Okay. I'll just read it out for people. Self-instantaneous. Put your faith in the Force, feeling out for the future, seeing whether your actions will lead to fortune or ruin. From the following options. Peace, for results which are not dangerous. Danger, for results which are dangerous, but perhaps still worth the danger. Ruin, the results which are certain to end in death or tragedy. The power doesn't take into account any possible circumstances that might change the outcomes, such as the true use of additional powers or the gain or loss of a companion. If you use his power 2 more times before completing the next long rest, there's a 25% chance of each casting after the first that you gain a neutral result regardless of the actual outcome. Fuck. Okay. So you are thinking of a question to send to me or to Chase?
To you.
Okay. Just making sure.
And
but...
depending on the answer, I might respond as Raz.
Gotcha. So this is basically Star Wars 5e version of Commune, or I forget what version of the, or Fortune something. I'm blanking on the name of what this is supposed to be, but oh boy, this is your big like breaking the fourth wall. Like, hey DM, what are we good? If we do XYZ, is this gonna be good or bad for us?
Who knows?
Jesus Christ.
It's more like Raz, for once, reaching out to the Force, and he has an idea of what he feels like, what's inevitable at this point, but he needs that extra push to determine if it's better than the alternative that will inevitably happen.
Okay.
Which would be his vision.
Right. Well, do you want me to read the question or just only give the result?
Give me the result.
Okay. Fuck. This is such a loaded question. Holy shit. Okay. You stretch your hand out in the Force, you close your eyes, and just, like, sense out thinking this question. And there is sort of, like, a coldness that comes over you for a moment. And, like hearing all the possible sounds that could come about from this potential thing you are entertaining in your mind. And the midichlorians in your mind sort of slowly come to a conclusion of danger.
It's kind of what I thought, but he had to put it out there just to see.
For sure, and yet.
It is not, if it's not ruin, it's better. In his mind.
If it's not ruin, it's better. Factual.
Ruin leads to actual devastation and tragedy. Danger from the power, the results can be dangerous, but perhaps worth it in the end.
That is fair. But Yeah, you have
Because
that answer.
doing nothing. Yeah. Go ahead, Kev.
But yeah, you have that answer in your mind if you would wish to discuss it with the party now or save it for another time. As I'll say, like, you're just coming. I'll say, like, as you're just done with this motion, you are out of hyperspace and Coruscant is within view.
I think he's gonna put it out there.
All right, the floor is yours. You've got like a couple of minutes before you're in. Like,
I'm having such huge, risky ideas, but they could be worth it.
do it, coward. You've already committed so many war crimes and betrayed so many people. Like, what's saying this going to really do?
Don't say it like that. Don't say it like that. All right, you guys still with me at Jinkles Chase?
Sure.
Yeah, we're still here.
Okay.
I'm on the edge of my goddamn seat.
So, in lieu of everything, and in lieu of trusting each other to see this through, you saw. Sure, you would know that Raz was kind of attempting to reach out to the Force as he reached his hand out. After a moment, his eyes opened back to the present. If we do nothing, it will simply lead to my vision coming true. And who knows how many troopers could be caught under the Chancellor's web of lies and influence. This... I don't know if this is... It's risky. And I...
Thinking.
The clones are Vada. They're essentially slaves in the Republic. And if nothing is to change, they will carry out orders they don't wish to. I know all too well how that is. Most of them should realize that they deserve more. They deserve better. Sometimes working with politics isn't enough in order to enact change in the galaxy. There is one path that could be dangerous, but it'd be better than the alternative, to ensure everyone is free from his wrath. And he turns to Shiri and Viper. There's no other way of really saying it, so you just hear him quietly utter, "Revolution."
Revolution.
Not talking about bringing civilians into this. I'm talking about planting seeds, spreading rumors, spreading the word in the Gar, specifically. To any troopers who wish for change, for any troopers who wished for a better life. Who know they deserve better. If we start something on the inside, it could be a distraction for Palpatine. It could start something he wasn't expecting.
The question is, if we do that, would most of them leave the war entirely? Or will they stay and fight with us?
I'm hoping they'd be able to stay and fight with us. The more allies we have, the better the chance we could have. But the choice should be theirs.
Right.
They deserve that much. Trust me, I'm not liking the idea of starting another battle, but they deserve freedom as much as anyone else. And if nothing else is going to change, then I'll start it myself if I have to. But
No, you won't be doing it on your own. Planting the seeds would be fine. Doable. It's just a matter of who we wish to spread it to first.
I think we can start with Patch.
Of course.
For one thing, he's a commander and he can help spread the word in our battalion, the 99th. Which then could lead to spreading it to captains or commanders in other battalions we trust. And then the word could spread even more.
And Viper, as they're saying all of this, you kind of flash back to looking at a Kaminoan face back in your tube.
Fuck.
And then, like, just for a brief moment, it goes like, the perfect little soldier. And then, like, flashing forward again to Nova, being like, remember Viper? Like, patching inside of your helmet. Good soldiers follow orders. And just kind of back in here again at all this conversation. Just, like, went through, like, so many years of just development all over. Just this talk is setting all kinds of red flags in your mind. If you wish to acknowledge them, like, vocally, you can. But this is just what's, like, in your mind, like, the instant this is brought up, because this is entirely against your whole being.
Yeah, that doesn't go against the. That's not Republic kosher friendly.
But yeah, I think
Just a bit of a. He just gives a bit of a just sort of like a. As he holds his head, slight migraine.
Mm-hmm.
Viper?
I'm fine, just flashbacks,
He says.
If you have objections, we're all ears.
No, you're right. If what you said is true, and if we do nothing and it leads to your vision coming true, then we've got to do something. We have to.
We do. I'm not talking about destroying the Republic. I'm merely talking about freeing your VOD and taking down those in power who would abuse it. I don't want anyone getting hurt if I can help it, but this might be the only way to achieve results and change.
He nods.
Do you trust me?
And he puts that, and he reaches out his hand.
Always.
And Raz shakes back firmly. Okay.
And I'll say around that time, Beren.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say, like, you're waiting in the med bay still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
ca-
Beren would have left Patch.
Yeah. You see Kara like slowly coming out of consciousness. Like her vitals are starting to be more stabilized. And like she puts her left hand on the glass towards you.
Oh, yeah, like Beren, puts like a hand on the glass as well, like to let her know that he's there. Kind of.
And she kind of just looks at you and goes,
We will not forget this, Attica. We will find who is responsible, and they will see justice.
Beren nods, like, just really seriously.
Do not blame the commando. He is but a pawn in a cruel game we've yet to realize.
Yeah, Beren frowns at that. Doesn't know quite what to make of that after, having blown up in Viper's face about it. But yeah, he gives the kind of nod that a kid gives their mom when you're kind of listening, but probably won't follow what they're gonna tell you to do.
Yeah.
With regards to that.
Mhm.
But Baron's kind of still a bit hot-headed about it.
Yeah. And you see her like slowly lower her hand on the glass, making eye contact with you, being like, "Look at me, my Beren. Promise me this will only be for a moment. You can use him to find the true puller, the true puppet master. And we will end this war, if not for the Republic, but if not for them." And she like crunches her hand slowly into a fist. "For all the Vought we've lost." Promise me. And like she starts falling back into unconsciousness.
I promise.
And with that, we're gonna take a break.
Damn.
Wow. Had the balls to talk about a clone revolution. Yes.
Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men?
Kevin Owen looking at Viper. Oh my god.
Sorry.
I
hope
to
you know I was so glad I was muted because I was laughing by myself at that for at least like 3 minutes.
Yeah, this is the fucking image. It's exactly like the fucking opening of fucking Republic Commando. Just being like, "You'll take great care
It really
of
is.
you."
It really is. It really is.
But yeah, holy shit. But yeah, we'll be back in about 5 or so minutes for more as party's gonna make their way to first like touchdown in Coruscant, explain the predicament, and then make their way promptly to Jabim.
I mean, it's less us explaining the predicament, more dropping off the people that are going to explain the predicament.
Yeah.
And it's the predicament.
Oh boy. But yes, we will be back in but a moment.
Memes.
We are back, everyone. After, so unfortunately, Jinkles had to go take care of some stuff. She will be off for the rest of the session, but we will keep things relatively light for the remainder of this one. We won't be going to Jabim proper until probably next week, and kick the arc off properly with Shiri in tow. But while she is away, we do have a couple of things to attend to. I'll say, Raz, once you go to your quarters, that's right, Beren, did you leave the mask painted there, or would you still hold on to it?
I think Beren would have put it back.
Okay, then I'll say, Raz, as you come back to your quarters, you find the mask gifted to you by Neteo, the Zabrak boy. You find that the wooden mask. Timio, yes.
Yeah.
You find that the mask has paintings on the face of it, and paintings that are reminiscent of what you saw on the other clan members, sort of reddish orange, and what else? Oh yeah, and the J guys are on the sides of the helmets, as well as like some white triangles. I'm assuming, Beren, those are supposed to like sort of denote your markings on your face.
So in the middle of the forehead are like two white triangles that they're separated, but they form like an overall diamond shape. If you look at Beren's helmet, they're like the same, in the same white paint. And then there is above that in the red orange burnished color of Clanrian is a set of jade eyes.
Yeah, he just walks into his room, like, he goes there after the conversation with the group, excluding Beren, and he sees the helmet with new paints, kind of thrown for a loop. Wasn't expecting it, but he picks it up and just kind of inspects it, turns it around, moves it around in a circular motion, just seeing what was done to it, and it's kind of speechless until he can only guess who might have done this, and goes to find Beren.
All right.
I mean,
and we're
Beren
still like traveling to Coruscant or
Yeah.
entering its atmosphere.
Yeah. You guys are like, I'd say probably at best like just under an hour before you guys touch down, like just outside the barracks of the 99th.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, unless you want the ship to go someplace else.
Nah, the Coruscant is fine. Or said Coruscant, so.
Yeah, and the barracks, all right. So you're on your way there.
Yeah,
You got
is fine.
a little bit of time between now and then if you... Yeah, again, Beren, unless you're trying to hide, Raz is looking for you.
No. I think he'd probably be in the med bay unless Patch was like super busy with keeping an eye on his patients, in which case like he will probably like go back to the what's the name? Cargo hold area.
Mm-hmm.
So it really depends.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, either works. I can probably find you in the med bay easy.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And he has the helmet in his hands.
Mm-hmm.
Beren. Was this your doing? And he shows the helmet like properly to Beren.
Beren, like it's with a smile, so clearly like it's meant to be like a very deliberate lie. He's just like, no idea what you're talking about.
Uh-huh. So you didn't paint J-guys or white streaks on the helmet I got from Timio? None of that ringing a bell? And he walks closer to Beren.
I mean, I painted your helmet. Not Timio's.
I don't know what to say. I'm touched.
Baron gives him like a solid, like well-meaning thump on the shoulder, and says, "You're a good kid."
Sure, good kid who runs into danger half the time.
Yeah, but you know how to hold your own. You're smart about it. I wouldn't have put J guys on it if that weren't the case.
Really, this is an honor. And he just kind of looks at the helmet again. Do you consider me part of your clan?
Think of it as an open invitation. But I understand if you don't.
And he looks at the helmet again. You can tell his eyes sort of mist a little bit. And he does his best to blink back any tears. No, I... It's just been a while since I've really had a family. Everything I've seen about your culture sort of reminds me of my own. And being accepted among the troopers, I consider each and every one of them fought, and you all accept them like your own too. I guess what I'm trying to say is if you'll have me, I'd be honored to be welcomed into your and he looks away a little bit at this point, almost bashful. Clan. But there's an evident smile as he looks back up.
Yeah. Sorry, just trying to find the thing. God damn it. Literally had it 2 seconds ago and then the internet reloaded it. Thanks. Love that for me. Come on. I'm gonna have to look it up.
All good. Take your time. say at this point that ship is like starting to land at the barracks, and yeah, like Shir'iven, all of you guys are kind of, or like they're starting to like hail you guys in. Shir'iven just like gets, you know, like crowded by some clones who are just sort of like, you know, checking up on her, making sure that she's okay. I'll say the same goes with you, Viper, as like you're sort of brought in. If you want, like, yeah, like Raz and Beren to still be on the ship, I'll say like R7 might come around the corner being like, just kind of asking like, guys coming along, everything good?
Yeah, we'll meet up with you soon.
And he's kind of rolls on out of there.
And Beren will. First, he says, like, you know, he clasps Raz on the shoulder and says, "Well then, Raz, if you're sure, ni kier tell, guys, sayat."
Since I'm semi-proficient, do I know what that means?
Yeah, sir, give us a broken translation of that if you don't mind.
Yeah, it very literally means, "I know your name as my child."
Oh my god!
What? Excuse me.
I'm sorry. Okay, what the hell? What did I miss? Huh?
Beren just said the adoption ritual in Mandalorian to Raz.
Oh.
Yep. So
Do that?
Raz got a daddy. Oh my God, Raz has two fathers. Oh no.
Yeah, and Baron's gonna say, after like explaining what he said, he's gonna look at Patch.
Like he's like just crossing
and
away,
then-
being like, it's like, am I interrupt? Hey, is everything all right in here?
Beren looks at Patch and then back at Raz and went, "If you don't mind the fact that Patch is technically your dad now."
And Patch is like just drops whatever he was holding.
And then
Yeah.
Raz looks at Patch, at Beren. There's a good solid few seconds of him just being shocked, speechless.
Yeah, same for
Until
Patch
he-
right now. He's just like jaw dropped, like underneath the helmet. He was like, I didn't envision this in our sort of, you know, Kadalbe kiss moment back on, yeah, this is, wow.
So that makes me both of your sons.
I
am-
just kind of looking
Beren
at,
just says,
you-
"Sure does, Attica."
And Beren, I mean, not Beren, Raz, he goes in for a hard hug on Beren first.
Yeah, Beren laughs, like holds Raz tight, and claps him on the back, and says, "Good job, I put white on your helmet then."
And Patch is like you're the only one seeing his like facial reactions, and he's like kind of mouthing like, I'm not ready to be a father yet. Like, I wasn't built for this kind of
Beren
commitment.
just smiles and says, "Well, no one is, and that's half the fun."
Oh, gracious! He's like puts his he grabs a hold of the walls like, my heart skipped for a second there.
And then Raz, he gives Beren a brief, because he kind of knows it's like it can be a relationship thing or a familial term of affection, but he does the Kadalbe kiss with Beren briefly.
Oh
And then he goes over to Patch and gives him a hug.
And yeah, like he's just like,
And I accept.
like, and Patch is looking at you, Beren. with, like, if you could see the look of concern through his fucking helmet right now, he is, like, bewildered, and he's just like, yeah, kid. And, like, he just, like, goes into, like, he slowly takes the embrace and, like, pats your back. But, like, you don't even have to read his lips, Beren. You can tell, like, he's, like, mouthing, like, what the fuck? He's like, when did we agree to this? Like, just, like, he's not saying this verbally, like, out loud. Like, he's just, like, his brain is broken at this, at what's currently going on.
He'll wait to talk to him, once, like, Raz has, like, probably bounded off to tell everyone, I'm sure.
Yeah. And then Raz pulls out a patch, and then he and gazes with Beren briefly. What does white represent?
Beren smiles and says, it signifies brand new start.
Like, Patch is still standing there, like, Dumbstruck's like, yeah, I'm guessing the white kind of, you know, solidifies the fact you're shiny, but the fact that he's also a lieutenant. God, why am I green to this?
You know, that really fits. And he gives Beren a genuine smile, like, almost like just a knowing grin, like, just it fits what his journey has been from what you know. Well, hope you're ready to see a lot more of me then.
Oh,
he says to Patch.
And Patch just goes like, oh, I mean, it's totally fine if we can, yeah, we can see each other for talks if you ever, you know, feeling anything. I mean, I don't know, what we do. When do we do the birds and the bees thing? Or how does this? I don't know the course of action here.
This has gone from a political war thriller to a fucking sitcom and like that.
How do I be a daddy?
Yeah, he's like, I was only programmed for so much. It's really
no program, none of that.
The creators of How I Met Your Mother, How I Met My Son.
Don't try not to stress. Don't stress yourself out over this.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yeah,
it'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Like, there's a moment where, like, he keeps saying it to himself, not like almost trying to convince himself after everything that it's gonna be fine. But then he goes,
and then to try to shut him up, he gives Patch the Kadalbe kiss as well,
and that does indeed shut him up. And he goes, like, and like as like you like do it, he kind of just goes, you know. That kiss gets more and more confusing every time I see it performed. And I don't know what to make of it.
And he he leans out of it.
I guess... Yeah, I think for the time being, let's keep this between, you know, us and the others. You know, with everything going on, I want to, you know. And sure, no one tries to hurt, you know, me or Beren, trying to get to you or any of us, you know, just to be on the safe side.
Patch, your secret's safe. I wouldn't jeopardize that.
Whew. He, like, takes off his helmet, it's just like... Oh, God, we're not gonna have enough time for it, but I need 5 showers and 10 shots of the finest espresso before we head off.
Yeah, I imagine we're gonna be gone for a while. Don't you, Bean?
Yeah, and if you want to see Beren, if you want to see your mother off, we'll be taking her to the med bay here to get her operated on.
Beren nods. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'll tag along.
Would
This is the era.
would
Oh.
you be all right if we gave her a prosthetic? Is that something she would consent to? I understand if she wishes not to, or we can discuss the type of prosthetic limb we can supply her, depending on her requests.
I would probably wait until she's ready to make that decision.
Of course, yes.
Oh, and Beren?
Hmm?
Don't forget to bring that, planet suggestion to your mother and any other Mandalorians.
Of course not. I won't forget Attica.
My home is your home.
Yeah.
We should get going.
Yeah. I'll be right behind you.
As he just kind of like sits in the men bay room for like a good couple minutes.
Yeah, Rez walks off at that.
He's just like dumbstruck. He's, huh.
Beren will say to them, like, you don't have to take on the role if you don't want to.
Like,
We've not exactly put, whatever this is, named it.
yeah. I mean,
Just know you can come and you can go if that's what you want.
I understand. It's just a matter of it's kind of a lot to take in. Right after everything that occurred, and I don't know if I really am meant for this kind of responsibility. And I love the kid like a brother, and one of my own even. But as a son, that feels like a whole level of something I don't. Kid needs a real father. I don't think that's me.
But why not?
I mean, well, I feel like I'm gonna go in circles with you, but it's just something that's not really that I'm made for, or I wouldn't know the first thing to do. The kid's practically full grown and can take care of himself, and already kind of do a lot of just hearing him out, patching him up if he needs healing as a medic, and it's just feels
I'm
like out of
hearing a lot of what parents actually do for their children, Patch.
It's just something out of my depth of understanding. I don't know. I might need some time to really think it over. And
As he kind of like just goes in to hold your hand and goes,
I know this is still very new to me, but I do have feelings for you, and I want to see where this goes between us. And yeah, your mother at least approved of us, and I don't know, maybe it might feel a bit more comfortable if she at least gave the sign off on this as well. I'm just a man of tradition, at least, if for lack of a better term.
Yeah, but Beren nods and says, well, good thing I was the one that said the vow, which binds Raz to me solely, which allows you to make that decision when you want to. Or if you never want to, that's fine too.
Okay, good. I was worried I wouldn't have any agency in this, but I appreciate it. I really do. Oh, God.
Patch, I know you don't think much of yourself, but I want you to know that you are the most smart, handsome, kind, and wonderful person I know.
And with that, he will very tepidly kind of just go in for a peck at the cheek.
Yeah.
Aw.
Beren hugs him. And just says, you know, you may think you're made for something that you aren't. And I'll keep telling you you're a person until the day I die.
And I'll always appreciate those friendly reminders. Yeah, let's catch up with the rest, huh?
Sure.
Yeah. And yeah, I'll say like you guys will follow Kara to the med bay. She'll get stabilized, get more conscious, and she's like being a-okay. And Satine will talk to she'll like follow up with Padme Amidala, and she will arrange all like the political political jargon, political speak that's to arrange a discussion to figure out the next course of action for Mandalore. But she will like wait alongside with Kara, and they will have a talk before like that meeting with the Senate is brought up. Meanwhile, Viper, is there anything you're doing like while you have some alone time or with the others, or want to say anything to anyone before before stuff happens to you?
They made a plan, and yeah, no. He's pretty set on just, like, getting down to business.
How so? What do you mean? What you looking to do?
I mean, have we landed on Coruscant yet?
Yeah, you're on Coruscant. Like everyone's.
Oh, we are. Okay.
Yeah.
Not that I can think of necessarily. No, I think if we're good to go, we're good to go.
Okay. I'll say for one bit, you get a call from
Oh boy.
from a familiar clone code of you recognize it as Crosshair.
Oh.
Oh,
Fuck that dude.
don't think I've forgotten about it. His saying this shit.
All right. He picks up as such.
Are you alone?
I don't know. Am I?
You're kind of like just tailing behind everyone else as they're getting out of the ship, but if you want to like take it off to your quarters, or like try to trail behind, or just stay, just find a place for yourself, you can.
I will trail behind and then just find any empty pocket of a room that I can.
All right. Easy enough to do. And like Crosshair will wait until you confirm that you're alone.
All right. He just sort of like, as he does so, and just sort of, after he does so, he just sort of like sits down and just sort of like, respond.
What was that mess back there?
That mess was a droid obviously obstructing your view of the target.
Oh, no. My eyes don't deceive me. Viper, I saw what was going on there. You were hesitating at giving the order. I had clear sights on Kara, and you knew what we had to do.
I didn't know the target was one of my party members' mother, Crosshair. So if you... Why didn't you tell me from the start that it was she who we were going after?
It was on a need-to-know basis. I don't question the orders. I just do what I'm told. Like a good little soldier.
What does she have to do with this?
That is none of your concern. All you had to do was tell me if she was dead, and you criffed it up. Luckily for you, the boss still has uses for her. Don't see why not. Old hag looks like she's a couple steps away from dying anyway. But just wanted to let you know this. You show any hesitation out there, and, well, don't be surprised if the Chancellor is less frugal with your position, and a demotion or something else might be in the near future for you.
And you hear this, brother? If any of your sly moves or orders have to do anything with me and my crew, the Chancellor is just one person you have to deal with.
And he hangs up on him.
Damn.
Fucking nice. Tell this asshole off.
And meanwhile, I'll say, as like Crosshair hangs up, and he will sort of like go to another communicator and pulls up a. This is what you. Meanwhile, what you don't see. Like,
Meanwhile,
he's sort of like back like on Camino or some unidentified place. Crosshair will pull up a hooded figure as he goes.
He appears to be resistant to the agenda. What would be your advisement, my lord?
As the hooded figure goes,
let it be for the time being. This clone will be of use to us yet. All I have to do is pull a few strings.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Ba bum 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 ba-dum bum ba-dum.
Yeah.
So the Clone Rebellion's looking real good right about now, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
we're still fucking doing that.
Yeah, I just fucking heard. I think it was Beren typing on the keyboard. I was like, oh man, she's fishing up for some hot mayonnaise for this shit. Woo!
Oh, I'm gonna find some. Don't you fucking worry.
Oh boy. Yeah, it's. Whew. Yeah, this is a little taste of perhaps a future Viper arc in the coming days. But
I love this this what if scenario you're presenting towards me. that what if will slowly become an it is.
Yeah, it can lead to some interesting things. But yeah, that is going to be the end for this session. Yeah, we'll be back next week with more, and with going to Jabim and getting that fucking ball rolling.
Yep.
God.
Yeah, it's time to meet the Jedi Order's resident bisexual, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and so many.
Cannot wait.
And yeah.
And
Oh, since we're still on Coruscant, I need
You need to talk to your girlfriend.
I need to talk to her and say I'm gonna be gone for a while.
Yeah.
also I have two dads now.
Yeah.
Yes.
I gained 2 dads. We blew up a planet. I gained 2 dads.
Blew up a planet and gained 2 dads. She's
So
like,
that Mandalorian you saw is my dad, and so is Patch now. That's a thing.
oh my fucking
Yeah, so it turns
God.
out Patch is my dad, which means technically he can pull rank on me if I get in trouble.
I'm
I
just
mean,
saying.
he always
I'm
could.
saying-
He was a command.
I'm
He is a commander.
I'm just saying, if you don't see me coming on another mission, it's because I got grounded by my 2 dads.
Grounded. God, this fucking sitcom of just like 2.5 Mandos.
2.5 Pandos, God.
I can see the fucking just title now. Just like it's just Raz is like this half. Like he's half as tall as fucking Beren and Patch, and like, God, it's like it's a cheeky ass intro, like 2.5 Mandos. God, fucking damn. Ugh, this is quality content. Like, ugh. But yeah, we'll be ending it here. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. You can find me on all the social medias at KCoutoVA. Nothing new to announce just yet. Slight thing, yeah. I have some medical stuff going on. Several surgeries are in my future. I don't know when and how they will impact the stream schedule. It won't be for a few weeks, but yeah, that's happening on my end. But we will keep you all updated. If you just follow my feed or everyone else's on here, then when we will, it won't be having things happening. But yeah, that is gonna be it for me. Next up, Tati.
Yo, Tati here. I played Raziel. I have a new dad. New
My
dad.
son.
Oh, that was so wholesome. Yes, and starting a clone rebellion. That's great. Yes, let's get that juicy content going. Anyways, you can also follow me on Twitter at Tati the VA. Not a whole lot of stuff happening yet, but keep a lookout. Hopefully soonish, my demo reel is coming, so that'll be cool. Keep an eye out. You can also follow me in a few other campaigns besides Revenge of the Crit. Getting back to the world of Eris after a bit of a hiatus, you can find me in that game every Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. PST via Orion VA's Twitch, as well as Ghost of Saltmarsh and Curse of Strahd every Thursdays, alternating at 7 p.m. PST via Dungeons May Cry's Twitch. Good stuff.
Yeah, awesome. And after that, we got Shiri. You can find her, otherwise known as Jinkles. You can find her on Love Jinkles at twitter.com. Yeah, she's just back, finally getting settled in Texas, doing more VO stuff. Probably nothing to announce just yet, but yeah, go check out their feeds for when they have any new projects down the pipeline. And next up of the crew, we've got Chase.
Hello there.
Man's not even in game yet. Just hold your horses. Fuck.
Never gets old. It's a grand sound bite. Thank you very much. Hi everyone. I'm Chase. You can find me over at the Chase Beck and Chase Beck at YouTube. Still a lot more things in the works. I'm juggling the last of my theater arc. I should be done by like literally by Halloween. I should be free. But I can say this: the new demo reel is coming.
Ooh, fun.
If not this week, then by next month for certain. That much I can say. So get ready for a
Yes.
brand all new calcium-filled demo reel.
Calcium.
That's all. Like
It's
extra calcium.
This is a strong ass demo. It's got all the calcium. And yeah, last but certainly not least, our resident best girl playing best boy, Mustang.
Hey, I'm Mustang or Sara. You can follow me at Twitter on Mustangsart. I am doing a lot of things at the minute, but like everything is under NDA, so I'm miserable and unable to talk about it. And yeah, that's about it really. I got nothing.
All
to
good.
be quite honest. Yeah, so
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, we're all VAs here. Most of us like we get the struggle that NDAs bring, but it will
Oh,
be
yes.
releasing in time, and then we can gush about it online with everyone. But anyway, yeah, thanks everyone for coming by. Stay Sue, we appreciate you all of the support. Remember to stay safe, wash your hands, wear your masks, get vaxxed, get boosted. We love you all very, very much. And remember, as always, may the rolls be with you. Good night.
good night.
Da-da.
Yes, it's